Hey cats, EDDBUD here. It's time for another blast of running related news. Today we're checking out the following. Some new release info for you. I'm excited to unveil the ASICS Novablast 4, some Saucony high-vis versions of their daily shoes, some interesting Adidas collaborations, and a tongue-in-cheek look at Time Magazine's top running shoes for 2023. Lots to look at, let's get to it. Thanks for tuning in, people. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like if you've been enjoying the videos recently. It really does help us out to try and grow the channel a little bit more. Hit us up with a super thanks too if you want to help us out on a more ad hoc basis. Dankeschön. Story number one today, all about the ASICS Novablast 4. ASICS have reliably informed me this one's set to release on December the 1st here in the UK, 135 Earth credits, so it's round about what we'd expect really for the Novablast model. The version of the shoe features Flight Foam Blast Plus Eco. We've seen that in other ASICS shoes recently. Means that the shoe fits into that ASICS vision of being more eco-friendly. It's got at least 20% bio-based material in the midsole foam from what I can gather from all the information. This is the first Novablast model that will actually highlight the carbon footprint figure. I think that's going to be printed on the insole of the shoe. The men's colourway appears to be launching in this high-vis green variation, which will certainly stand out from the crowd. The ladies' colourways are a bit more of a toned down affair, some grey, some more pastel shades, although you do have the stinging hint of mint in there as well. I'm keen to test these out ASAP. Hopefully I'll be able to give you my views on them within the next couple of weeks. I know the Novablast is one of those viewer favourite models. I think it's due to the cushion that's on offer, but it comes in a nice light package really. It makes it a very versatile shoe. Not long to wait then if you're a fan of the Novablast model. I'll have some more info on that one in the coming weeks. Let me know what you make of the design here. They've changed it a little bit. We've still got some of the sort of key highlight Novablast things there. Quite a pronounced heel section. I do wonder though whether this version of Flight Foam Blast Plus will be that a little bit firmer, a little bit more responsive. They have slowly moved the shoe from being a very squashy affair to something that you can actually run some faster paced miles in. Saucony are set to launch a number of high-vis versions of their popular models to facilitate some testing temperature training in those low light mornings and evenings. The Speed 3, we also have a Kinvara 14, the Ride 16, and of course the tremendous Triumph 21. They're all getting the Vizy Pro treatment. Looks to me almost like a sort of digital paisley pattern really. There's definitely some Tron vibes going on here. I love the blue vibes, icy in tone, very fresh in appearance. I have requested a pair of the Kinvara 14 directly from Saucony. Hopefully those will be turned up reasonably soon. Quite a bit of running actually scheduled in very early mornings and late evenings soon. Now the clocks have gone back here in the UK. The mornings are a tiny bit lighter, but evenings certainly dark. By the time I'd finished my run today at 6, I needed the headlamp. It was pretty dark out there. So it's an ideal test bed really to see how these Vizy Pro versions get on. I believe these are available over at Saucony's website right now. At least here in the United Kingdom anyway. Remember people, stay safe out there when you're doing your running. Have some bright reflective gear. You know, make sure you charge up those headlamps too. Or you can just run in some areas that are well lit with lots of sort of overhead, you know, street lamps and stuff. It's just the sensible thing to do. You hear me? Interesting though, I did spot that Nike have now changed the naming on the Pegasus 39 Shield on their website. I did pick up on that the other day, found it was a bit odd that they'd launched like a 39 Shield again this year. It's now just called the Pegasus Shield. So maybe Nike have been watching my recent videos. Maybe it's just a coincidence, who knows? But it definitely now says Pegasus Shield, and to be honest, it's the same midsole on the 39 and 40, so it's probably what it should be. Next story up from Adidas, an interesting collaboration. This time I wish they'd expanded the collab out to some more nimble running models, but there's some cool designs here and I want to check them out. We have an Adidas Ultra 4D in the SpiderMan 2 colourway. It's totally awesome, this one. They've mixed up the SpiderMan Advanced suit with the Venom symbiote and it looks awesome. I think they could have maybe done this to the Takumi Sen 9 or maybe the Adios Pro 3 as well. They would have looked killer. I'll be straight in for a pair, I have to say. I've been playing the game recently actually, Spider-Man 2, really enjoying the character switching and the expanded side quests within the huge New York City map. On occasion you can spot some of the non-player characters are wearing Adidas shoes, in fact, like walking around, and you definitely spot it from time to time on some of the other characters. There's also a football cleat there, the Adizero 2.0, with another Spider-Man themed design, this time with some more blue elements, though you've still got the black symbiote references towards the area connecting the underside of the shoe. Those are out on the Adidas website right now if you want to check them out. I think there's an Ultra Boost 1.0 version as well, but that just seems to be in kids sizing. It does make me wonder whether we'll see some more like Marvel and Adidas collaborations as we go down the line. Please bring some more running shoe collabs, manufacturers. I used to really love those Gakuso Nike collaborations. Those were absolutely fantastic. The Vaporfly 4% Flyknit, for example. I mean, that was going back to like 2019. We've not really had anything at all since then. I can recommend that Spider-Man 2 game for you. Awesome, very smooth web swinging content. It's just really fluid, and there's a really great story along with it too. Bit tongue-in-cheek this next one, people. Time magazine have put up a list of their top running shoes right now. Of course, I'm game for a laugh to check out and see how close their estimations sort of match up with mine. So best trail shoe is the Ultra Superior 6. That's not one that I'm overly familiar with, I have to be honest, though I don't think perhaps a zero drop shoe is for everyone, though the grip on the Ultra Trail shoes is certainly up to the task. Certainly a lower profile here and a lower stack as well, maybe a little bit too low than everybody would want on a trail in 2023. They list the best road running shoes as the Takumi Sen 9, as it's light and still cushioned in terms of options. But they list the 4 colour options and the fact that the shoe is 50% made of recycled materials as plus points here and like advantages. That's just a bit odd, really. Though they list the best running shoe for sprinting is this thing, really. The Paluva Men's Strand, it's called. I guess it's going to be lightweight, but I can't see too many people getting much out of these unless you're doing some very short sessions on the track. I understand that some people like these toe shoes with very low drops, but I think most runners for sprints are going to go for some more conventional options, certainly on track. That's really weird, this one. The best distance option is the Gel Nimbus Light 3 from ASICS. You know, what about the Keanu 30, the Gel Nimbus 25? It's just a weird choice, really. I mean, you could have thrown in like the Triumph 21 or something in there. It just seems like a much better option than this one. Why they've selected this, I don't know. Again, it's listed as having like 4 colorways and it's made from recycled materials and it's very breathable. I just smell AI on this one. A good suggestion for wider feet though, they mentioned the Torrens 7. I can concur that that one's got a nice wide toe box. I can see why people go for that. Nice and responsive and nimble too. Great option if you want a shoe for some pace work, and that can perhaps be used for some daily sessions as well. Though again, colours and breathability are like the top plus points. I guess though the Torrens 7 fits in terms of the best wide foot option. Now, best shoe for plantar fasciitis, time list as the Invincible Run 3. I can't see at all why you would want this. For plantar fasciitis, you want some more support there perhaps. There's no arch support whatsoever in the Invincible 3. It's just squashy ZoomX all the way through. It's not responsive at all, which they reckon it is. It's a good shoe for recoveries and some easy pace runs, but I don't see why anyone would buy that for support to help with that issue. Now, the best shoe recommended by Time for the impact absorption is the Mach X from Hoka. Again, surely if you want maximum impact absorption, that would be the Invincible Run 3. Maybe they got them round the wrong way or something. Mach X is one of those shoes that hit with loads of hype, yet I've seen very few people wearing them in anger out there. Most comfortable running option for men, they call the Ghost 15 from Brooks. I wouldn't say it's particularly standout in terms of its comfort, but they also list the pros for the shoe as like this 29 colorways, and the fact it's a carbon neutral product, and It doesn't really make it comfortable though, does it? Last category on this one is the best Nike shoe. Why not best Adidas shoe, best Hoka shoe, best New Balance? Don't know why they've just gone with Nike here. They have the Pegasus 40 here. All I can say is that they haven't really worn the Vomero 16 or 17. I think they're better all-round shoes, really, if you're going to pick one specific Nike shoe. Though it seems like just daily shoes on this list rather than any like racing shoes or anything. I think a lot of people would probably just go Vaporfly 3. This time, plus points are that it's springy and durable. Well, certainly durable, and suggest it's the springiest of shoes. Though again, colourways, it just doesn't make for a good shoe. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't help people select the best shoe for them. So frankly, another really weird list here, this time from Time magazine. I can only deduce that it's been put together with some sort of assistive technologies, or they've selected the shoe based on how many different style options it will go with. What has humanity become? I mean, I adjust a little bit. There are a few reasonable suggestions on this one, at least, you know. Certainly better than some of the ones I featured over the past few months. Okay, that's all the running news for today, people. If you spotted any really great stories, let me know about them in the email in the description of this video. Quick musical interlude for you. There's an album that I really love from like the 1990s called Neo Wave by Silver Sun. It appears that the album's actually not available on any of the streaming services, not that I can find anyway. There's some killer tracks on here. Kind of the Darkness kind of sound, I suppose, before the Darkness. A bit more up for it sort of vibes, I suppose. But very similar in terms of the tone. Lots of great guitar sounds on this one. Really love the tracks There Goes Summer and also Hey Girlfriend. But the absolute killer on the album's I'll See You Around. Some wonderful harmony parts here. Certainly some Queen vibes going on. Really brilliant, underrated album. Never quite sort of jettisoned them into stardom by all accounts. I remember seeing them on TFI Friday, the Chris Evans fronted show, and they put on a brilliant performance. I used to love that show, actually. I wish they'd bring back something like that for Friday evenings. Get loads of people together, some great bands and music and some interviews and stuff, and just have a bit of a party. Sounds good. We need to bring that back. Bring back the 1990s. So go and check it out. Silver Sun with Neo Wave. Thanks for tuning in, people. Hope you enjoyed today's running news. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you